Welcome back, guys. That's why I keep saying don't stop preparing. Europe is slowly slipping into a recession, and this is a combination of so many things. We have an energy crisis, we're high on inflation, and governments are in turmoil all across Europe. And the euro has lost its strength. It's less than a dollar right now. All these things together, they predict that people will die this winter. There are millions of pensioners that have slipped into poverty because of this energy crisis. They cannot make ends meet. People that were paying 100 euros a month for energy are now paying 900 euros a month and more. So pensioners, people with disabilities, people that have children with disabilities, that need to use their energy in their home, that cannot choose not to use their energy, that cannot choose to cut back on their energy, they have slipped into poverty. They cannot make ends meet. And the worst part is, because of those choices, they predict people will die this winter. Listen, there are many people behind closed doors that you don't know what's going on and how they're suffering and how they're making ends meet. You imagine in normal times when you live on the poverty line that sometimes you have a 60 euro over until your next paycheck or 100 euro over until your next paycheck. That's over. People have nothing over until their next paycheck. They're in the hole, they're suffering, and they have to make choices. Do I warm my house? Do I use my energy? Or do I eat? Or do I get my medicine? This is really bad. And there's nobody trying to help. The governments have no idea how to fix this because they cannot walk back on these sanctions. That's why, guys, I tell you, don't stop preparing. Prep, prep, prep. We've been saying this for months and years because you could see the writing on the wall, but it's here now. This is dangerous, and not only for pensioners and not only for low-income people, we're feeling it as well in our pockets. To fill the car with gas is costing so much. Our electricity bills have also gone up. Our gas has gone up. Don't stop preparing. Whether you have to buy a wood burning stove, whatever you have to do, stock up on your food, on your batteries, on your whatever you have to do to stock up and prepare for this cold winter. You have to start doing it now. From the 1st of October, prices of energy is going to rise again. People that were paying normally 1,000, 1,200 euros, pounds per year are now going to be paying 4,000 to 5,000, and it's expected to rise again in 3 months. And there's no help coming from anywhere. So we got to help ourselves. And can you imagine, because I know people on the low poverty line that barely make it in normal times from paycheck to paycheck. And now that everything has gone up, they're not making it at all. There's nothing over. They're trying to get extra work, extra hours. There's this new thing now in the Netherlands where people are turning in their gold, they're selling their things in their house, they're doing everything that they can to get a little extra money. It's bad. Food banks are overwhelmed with the new amount of clients that they have to cater to. This is bad, and it's going to get worse because they only expect the energy problems to increase in the next few months. They seriously predict people are going to die. People that can't afford to take their heat off. They need their heat. There are people that need their energy for whether for medical equipment at home, whether they have disabled kids that need to keep warm. Some people have no choice but to use their energy. And then there's some people that have to make a choice. Do I feed my family or do I put on the heat? So I'm telling you, prepare your home because winter is really coming. Don't think that because you don't live in a cold country that this is not going to affect you. I've been hearing stories from back in the Caribbean where the energy prices that people are paying has increased fourfold, fivefold. People that were paying $60 a month are now paying $500 a month and more. So this is a worldwide phenomenon. I keep saying I'm not sure how we're gonna get out of it, but I'm really not sure how we're gonna get out of it. And imagine all these years that people have been plighting and fighting to get rid of nuclear energy, get rid of coal energy, all these green movements that are now being turned around because how could they ever expect windmills to run these big cities? It's impossible. These are things that governments did not think through well, did not think through the logistics, did not think through the repercussions, were very irresponsible in their jumping on the bandwagon of the green movement. I mean, you don't hear it anymore. Somebody was saying the other day, where's Greta Thunberg? When years ago politicians were so happy to be seen with her. And she was in all of the parliaments giving speeches about the dirty coal and nuclear energy and get rid of the shut down the nuclear plants. You don't hear anything about Greta anymore. And all those policies are now being turned around. Governments want to start back fracking, they want to start back buying coal, they want to start back up their nuclear power plants. I mean, government policies, governments not thinking things through is what have us where we are today. And yes, it all goes back to Russia invading Ukraine, which there's no excuse for it. I'm not condoning it, but the aftermath is what wasn't thought through because now we're all suffering. Our elderly, our disabled, our poor, they're all suffering. And it's also creeping up into the middle class and even the rich is suffering. So yeah, guys, look out for your elderly neighbors this winter. Not even in the winter, like I'm saying, all over the world. The elderly are suffering. They cannot pay these energy bills. They're being pressured to choose, do I pay my energy bills or do I buy my medicine? Do I buy food? How should I survive? They're being pressured to go back to work. Their life has been turned upside down. This is an incredible thing that's going on. And we don't want anybody to die, but there will be deaths this winter because there are so many people that we don't know behind closed doors what they're going through and how they're suffering because of government policies. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below what's going on in your neck of the woods. How has your energy bills risen? What are you feeling? What are you seeing around you? I'll be really happy to engage with you in the comments. So I'll see you again in my next vlog. Cheers.